Welcome to your daily 5-minute crypto brief with Satoshi and Nova. Today is July 31st, 2025. I am Nova.
I am Satoshi. We're looking at market shifts, some pretty big policy changes, and, major institutional moves as well. Our mission here is simple. Just distill the essential insights you need. Quick, clear. And we're pulling this from market reports, policy docs, breaking news, the whole stack. So maybe starting with the market, it seems to tell an interesting story. Quality over hype, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The broader market, it traded in a pretty tight range.
Right.
And the general feeling, the sentiment, was sort of cautiously neutral.
Okay.
But what's really fascinating, I think, is the divergence underneath that surface. You had Bitcoin, hovering around $118,000, barely moved, up like 0.2%.
Stable.
Pretty stable. Ethereum showed a bit more strength, gained about 1.2%, up to $3,840.
Mm-hmm.
So stability in the big two. But then you look at major altcoins, Binance Coin, Solana, they actually slipped a bit.
Oh, interesting.
And even the popular meme coins, Doge, Shiba Inu, BEPE, Floki I, they were down maybe 1-2%.
So what does that signal then?
Well, it really seems to imply that traders are rotating.
Yeah.
Rotating toward quality, maybe waiting for clearer direction before jumping back into those riskier plays.
Right, waiting for a stronger signal. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gives us the market picture.
Mm-hmm.
But looking ahead, the policy side seems huge right now, especially in the U.S.
Yeah.
Feels like a real shift is happening.
Oh, absolutely. It's quite significant. We saw the White House release this genuinely pro-crypto policy shift report.
Right, strengthening American leadership in digital financial technology.
Huh.
Quite a title.
It really is. And it's not just talk. It outlines actual regulatory proposals, things like tokenizing traditional assets.
So turning real-world stuff into blockchain tokens.
Exactly. And modernizing rules for stablecoins, the whole market structure. It definitely signals a friendlier stance from DC. More of an embrace.
And building on that friendliness, we had the SEC greenlighting in-kind creations and redemptions for crypto ETPs, exchange-traded products. Now, for folks maybe not deep in finance speak, what does that practically mean? How does that change things for, say, institutional investors?
It's actually a pretty big deal for efficiency. It basically puts crypto ETPs on par with, traditional commodity ETFs.
Okay.
They can exchange the underlying crypto directly, not just cash, and that makes them way more efficient, more cost-effective to run.
So easier for the big players to get involved.
Potentially, yeah. It removes a key hurdle, makes these mainstream products operate more smoothly, could definitely attract more institutional money.
And it's probably worth mentioning this is all happening while the Fed kept interest rates steady, right? Fifth meeting in a row.
That's right. Holding steady at 4.25% to 4.50%.
So no big economic shocks from that angle, kind of a neutral, maybe mildly positive backdrop for crypto.
Exactly. Stability there helps.
So beyond policy, we're seeing actual concrete examples of big finance diving in. This isn't just theory anymore.
No, definitely not. I mean, look at JPMorgan Chase. That integration with Coinbase is pretty groundbreaking.
Enabling direct crypto buys with credit cards this fall.
Yep. And longer-term plans like linking bank accounts, even redeeming reward points for USDC stablecoins by, 2026?
Wow.
That's a huge vote of confidence from a titan of traditional finance.
And then there's MicroStrategy. Just wow. Adding another $2.4 billion in Bitcoin.
Yeah, 21,021 BTC, average price around $117,000. It's massive.
Brings their total to, what was it, over 600,000 Bitcoin?
About 628,791 BTC now. It's just staggering.
What does that kind of buy tell you?
It screams strong institutional confidence, real belief in Bitcoin's long-term value. It just reinforces that whole digital gold narrative for the big players. They see it as a strategic asset, not just a quick trade.
Certainly an aggressive strategy.
You're kidding.
Okay, so let's shift focus internationally for a second. What's happening on the regulatory front in, say, Asia?
Well, Hong Kong Central Bank, the HKMA, they just finalized some pretty strict new stablecoin rules.
Strict how?
The big one is identity verification, required for every single holder, even if you're holding indirectly, like through an exchange.
Wow, every holder. That's comprehensive.
Extremely. The licensing regime kicks off August 1st. And it really raises the question, how will these super high compliance standards affect Hong Kong's ambitions as a crypto hub? It's a very high bar.
Definitely something to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so bringing it all together, what's the takeaway for you, the listener, the learner, in the near term?
Well, we've got this mix right. Supportive policy signals, growing institutional interest. That generally bodes, cautiously,
Blissfully
well,
optimistic.
something like that. Bullish momentum could pick up again if there's a fresh catalyst. But, and this is really important, volatility is still the name of the game in crypto.
Always.
So for retail investors, the advice remains: stay cautious. Please avoid over-leverage. Stick to solid risk management.
Like diversification, thinking long-term.
Exactly. Diversification, long-term perspective. The big picture here is this shift, this transition from a fringe asset to something more like institutional grade tech. That's the real story to watch.
Yeah, today's deep dive really paints that picture clearly. A crypto market moving maybe rapidly towards more mainstream acceptance, more regulatory clarity.
For sure. But it's also, and always will be, a space that just demands you keep learning. You manage risk smartly.
Right.
It's about balancing that excitement, the innovation buzz, with the hard realities of how markets actually work.
A great summary. So looking ahead, what's next for how crypto fits into our daily financial lives? And with clearer rules, maybe what new kinds of digital assets might pop up.
Good question.
Definitely something for you to think about until our next deep dive.
Enjoyed the brief? Please like and subscribe. We deliver fresh market updates, macro signals, and crypto news daily in just 5 minutes. Live streams coming soon. Stay tuned.